A quick one, guys. This video is to respond to Kemi Badenoch in a statement saying she has problem with the way we Muslim worship. So she needs to be enlightened, and we are going to make sure she is enlightened. She has to do a research, understand many things, consult as much as she needs to consult before she come and display her ignorance. And she has no right to tell us how we worship, what we worship, and how do we perform our prayer. Please, I think she needs to be enlightened, because she said a lot without saying anything. Like, she said a lot, but all is nothing. She said nothing. Please, guys, watch.
I'm very uncomfortable with seeing women pushed to the back in the middle of Trafalgar Square in an event which is exclusionary. It is. It was. We want to see religious festivities in Trafalgar Square, but we need to make sure that the religious expression is in conformity with our values, our norms, our beliefs, and sometimes that does mean saying, actually, no, that's probably too much.
I've seen the video. She's not enlightened about Islam. Let's make it clear to her. Why does the Muslim women pray behind men in the mosque or during the congregation? Is it about equality or inequality? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So before we explain why Muslim women pray separately from men, like for example, you can see in the video, Muslim women stay behind the men. So we are, sometimes if the building is a story building, you find out that the Muslim women, they go upstairs most of the time and the men stay downstairs. And if the place is kind of wide enough, we can see that some Muslim women, just like in Makkah, Muslim women will stay separately, but the Muslim men stay separately. The major aim is to make sure that they are not mixed during the prayer. So before we dive into why the Muslim women stay separately, we are going to consult some books, and probably the book she believes in, which is the Bible probably, and of course, and Quran, and also probably we can also explore the Judaism religion and see how they also pray. So first, we are going to go to our Bible to explore some chapters in Bible. So, according to the Bible, in the Gospel of Matthew, how does Jesus teach to pray? In the Gospel of Matthew 26, chapter 26, verse 39, and Jesus went further and fell with his face to the ground and pray. With his face to the ground, like a Muslim, and pray and pray. Jesus pray according to Muslim. Jesus pray the way Muslim pray. So, according to Bible as well, how does Moses pray? In the book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 8, and Moses quickly bowed his head towards the head and worship. He bows his head towards the head, towards the head, towards the head, and worship. He prayed. Moses prayed according to Muslim. All those people are Muslim. They pray according to Muslim. This verse is from Bible. According to Bible again, how does Abraham pray? Abraham, in the book of Genesis 17, verse 3, Abraham fell on his face to the ground and talked with him. He talked to God. He fell on his face and talked to God. Just the same way Muslim pray. Okay. How does, so according to the book of Joshua, and Joshua fell on his face to the head and worship, just like Moses did, just like Jesus did, just like Abraham did, just like Jesus did, Moses did, Abraham, Joshua, And just like Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did, and just like all other prophets who face their face down to the head and worship to the God who has created them. That is according to the Bible.
So we also have some Judaism verses that support the practice of prostrating, the verses of prostrating and bowing down for the Lord, for the God, our Creator. So as we can see, several verses also from the Judaism belief that support their bowing down and prostration. So prostrating is not specific to the Muslim alone. Even the Orthodox Christian from Ethiopia bow and worship according to the teaching of Jesus, according to the teaching of Abraham, according to the teaching of Moses, which are the teaching of the Muslim. They bow, they are Orthodox Christian, but they bow down and prostrate to their Lord, just as the Muslim do. So the act of worshiping and prostrating is not specific to the Muslim alone. So we can see these are the Jewish and the family, they are the Orthodox Jewish. Those people covering their hair using hijab, they are Jewish, they are not even Muslim. We have Muslim who dress exactly like this, but these ones, they are Orthodox Jewish, not the Zionists, not the Pai people, Pai, not the Zionists, not those Paya.
So guys, how does the Muslim pray according to Quran? In the Quran, Surah Al-Hajj, Quran 22 verse 77, and Allah say, "Oh, you who believe, bow down, prostrate yourself and worship your Lord." So bow down, prostrate and worship your Lord. So, and Allah in Surah Al-Baqarah, Quran 2 verse 43, and Allah said, "Bow with those who bow." And Surah Al-Fat, Quran 48 verse 29, Allah said, bowing and prostrating. So Allah also mentioned bowing and prostrating as an act of worship. And so in the Quran clearly describes prayer with bowing and prostration. That is, Muslim, we worship. We don't just pray, we worship. So that is why Muslims pray unifiedly. The whole Muslim Ummah pray in the same manner. So we worship. And when it comes to prayer, there's a difference between you just opening your mouth and be praying to maybe yourself on worshiping. Worshiping has rules and regulation. So how does worshiping has rules and regulation? And in part of the rules that prayer or worshiping comes with is what leads to the Muslim taking note of the female praying at the back. So we are still going to mention more about that. So how does the Jewish pray? I'm going to show some video or a video of how the Jewish also pray. I'm talking about the Orthodox Jewish, not the ordinary, not the Zionists, not the other Jewish. I'm talking about the Jewish that still believe in oneness of God, like the Muslim do. So I'll show the video. So as you have seen the video, so if she's not enlightened about Islam, let's make it clear to her. As she's not enlightened about Islam, let's make it clear to her. Why does the Muslim women pray behind men in the mosque or during the congregation? Is it about equality or inequality? Let's make it clear to her. So, in Islamic prayer, people stand in straight and perform movements like bowing and prostrating. And because women are blessed with a physique or stature that are attractive in nature, I mean, women are naturally adorable. You will also agree with me that women are creatures that can take attention away. Yes, we are. So, because Islam emphasizes modesty and focus during worship, the traditional arrangement is for men to stand in front rows, while the women behind them. Or if it's a story building, most seen in most story building mosque, women stay upstairs while the men stay downstairs. And if it's an open place, women stay behind. Sometimes, like in Makkah, women stay separately. So it might be behind or separate because Makkah is a very big prayer ground, but they don't mix up during the prayer time. I'm going to share some video of the Jews which shows that they also stay separately during their prayers. So why do you have problem with Muslim? So one reason, most important reason that the scholars mention include that men and women are attractive to each other, and by arranging them in this manner, by not just mingle together during prayer, helps everybody to stay focused during the course of worshiping God, during the course of worshiping their creator, during the course of worshiping Allah. You stay focused. That is not a party. That is not a dancing ground. That is a worship center. So there will be no distraction. But in Islam, women and men are considered to be equal in spiritual value. The arrangement has nothing to do with who is better than who. We are all equal in the sight of Allah, in the sight of our Creator, in the sight of the one who has created the heaven and earth. The position for Muslims and maybe for Jews and the Orthodox Christians that are worshipping separately, mostly Muslims follow rules strictly. The position is not about who is better, but concentrating about concentration during prayer and modesty, focusing on the concentration during prayer and modesty, which is better for everyone who has come to the mosque. We don't want Negro. We are not partying here. We are worshiping. We are doing something serious. We are not just playing God. So, to Kemi Badenoch and the rest of people who has a lot of problem with Islam, but she mentioned the prayer. So I will say the arrangement is about respect for women, modesty, and focus during prayer, which is good for everyone. It has nothing to do with women not important. It has nothing to do with women less important. So lastly, I think I should never go or I should never finish this program without giving you a take home before you come out next time to talk about Islam, to talk about an act of Islam. I think you should do yourself a favor, consult Quran or consult your Google or consult some of the scholars of Muslim to explain to you what is this about. So you enlighten yourself. You don't just come to speak in public and speak a lot to discover that you have spoken nothing. It's highly important for you to get yourself enlightened about Islam because that is the best for humanity. Iqra bismillah. Read in the name of God, in the name of your Lord. Islam, the people doing Islam, we know the value of knowledge. We don't just come to public to speak. You speak with reference. You speak with something to back your quote. Don't just speak. Don't just derelegate somebody's religion and belief and think we will be clapping and applauding you. No, we are not applauding you. because we never cross your path. Let your religion be your religion. Don't trespass. You are not near. I don't want to talk awful, but you are not even close to somebody who can be designing a religion for us, or what we do or what we don't do. It's really not sweet to the body. I want to be respectful, but I think small word for the wise or for some politicians, the little is for them to go and mesmerize on. Thank you. Salamu alaikum.